I've definitely been enjoying this beard oil that I've been using as of late. And well, I think it's time we talked about why you should be using beard oil yourself. Now, ladies, you have a beard, you're not using beard oil, or guys, you don't have a beard and you're not using beard oil. I think you should both consider using it. And anyone else out there, consider using beard oil. Now, before we go any further, I want to say I'm not actually trying to get you to purchase a specific oil or anything like that, and I don't really want to recommend a specific oil either, because I am kind of new to beard oil myself. But since I have started using one, which I'd say it's been a few months now since I've started using one, the difference before I had used it and after I'd been using it for a few months now, pretty much night and day. And because of that, I think pretty much everyone should be using beard oil. Now, I'm going to break this down into two parts. I'm going to give you my personal experiences with beard oil, and then I'm going to give you actual reasons why you should be using it, like what are the actual benefits that you could get from using a beard oil. So for me personally, in my experience, the difference before and after was pretty much night and day. And what I mean by that is there was a massive change in my beard after I had started using beard oil. And at first it wasn't as noticeable. It took a little bit of time for the hair to really absorb what the oils had in them, and well, for it to get like really well hydrated and all that. It took a while for that to happen, but once that happened, the difference, oh my. Like, my beard prior to using beard oil, it looked like a forest, which, have you ever heard of deforestation? That's where they're cutting down trees in the forest, the rainforest, and let's say you go there, you'll see there are just a whole bunch of stumps because trees have been cut down and animals no longer have those trees to use as their home. So their home is getting so much smaller and it's not as lush as it once was because of all this deforestation that's going down. And they cut trees down. Sometimes farmers will actually set fires in order to get rid of trees and clear out land. Yeah, that's basically what my beard was like before using beard oil. It was like this place that had been going through a deforestation, and then after using it, it was like this lush rainforest with all the parrots and the tropical creatures that you'd see all over the place in a rainforest. Yeah, big difference, night and day. Now, let me get a little further into that before you're like, what in the world are you talking about, man? You're not telling us anything that's really all that specific. So yeah, let me get a little more specific about it. After I started using beard oil, my beard, it looked a lot more lush. Like each individual strand of hair, it seemed to thicken up quite a bit. It looked much stronger than it had previously. It was shinier. That's, of course, one of the effects of oil. It makes things look a little shiny. It gives it a little gloss. It looks shinier. It felt stronger. Yeah, it just became a lot better, for lack of a better word at the moment. Can't think of one exactly, but it just looked a lot better. Like each individual strand just became so much more lush compared to before. You could almost say, I know what would be a good way of putting it. Prior to using beard oil, my beard looked a lot more wiry. And after using beard oil, I would say any kind of wiry look that it did have kind of went away. And now, of course, when you have a beard and you have hairs at the very end, those will naturally look wiry no matter how your beard is exactly. When you don't actually shave off the ends of the hairs, which some people don't do. Some do end up doing it, but some don't. When you don't do it, the ends will obviously can look a bit wiry from time to time, or maybe it does most of the time. I don't know. I've had a beard for so long that I don't even know myself. I don't look at a beard and say to myself, when I'm looking in the mirror, I don't say, you know what, that looks wiry. I don't say that because I've had it for so long, and once you've had something for a long time, you just kind of get used to the look of it and you stop noticing things all that much. But the actual base of the hairs, they were a lot thinner, I would say, prior to using beard oil. And then after having used it, that wiriness, the base being as thin as it was, it seemed to increase quite a bit. And when I say quite a bit, I mean a lot. Like a lot. Emphasis on the word lot. Yeah, there was a big change. And because of that change, well, you should definitely be using beard oil. Now, not only does it provide a change for the actual hair itself, hydrating it, keeping it moisturized, it also does that for your skin. And you know what, let's get into the actual benefits that beard oil can have specifically depending on the oil that you use. Now, depending on the specific oil that you use, the benefits can vary because different oils have different benefits. Now, some will actually hydrate your hair to moisturize it. Actually, I think all will do that to some extent because, well, the primary focus of beard oil when they're making it should be for your beard and not necessarily your skin, because it is called beard oil after all, right? So let's say that's the primary or the main thing that beard oil will be doing for you. But on top of that, if you get a beard oil with oils that are also good for your skin, because they do have some of them which has several oils mixed in together, it can also help out your skin. And well, for instance, the one that I currently use, it has an oil called kukui oil, and that oil is actually good for your skin. I believe it helps with inflammation. So if you have things like eczema, possibly acne, your face gets irritated, that's an oil where if you put it on your skin, it can actually help it out by making it be less inflamed, pretty much, because it helps with inflammation. And oils in it can also moisturize your skin, so beard oil can also be used as a moisturizer for your skin, and not only just your beard, the hairs on your face that happen to grow there. Yeah, so I really think you should consider using beard oil if you're not the type of person that moisturizes your face. It's definitely something you should consider doing, because long-term moisturizing can definitely help with how your skin looks. You don't want to look like you're 3,000 years old when you only happen to be 500, you know? Yeah, you don't want to be looking that old. Or maybe you do, maybe you like that. You know, I actually, personally, I think when I get gray hairs, like, well, the majority of my hair turns gray, I think it'll look pretty cool. Because me personally, I'll be able to have sort of a wizard-like look, you know, like, you're familiar with Gandalf from the Rings movie? You know, I'll have kind of a wizard look going on, and I think that would actually look pretty cool. I mean, that is saying that I have long hair. Once all of my hair turns that gray, which I may not have long hair at the time, hopefully I don't lose my hair before, you know, that can happen. Can lose your hair. I'm kind of going off topic here, but there you go. That is why I believe you should use beard oil. So let's do a quick wrap up on that again. Why should you use beard oil? because whether you have a beard or not, it can give you benefits, possibly, and that's where you need to look into the specific oil which you are picking up and using. It can help hydrate the hairs on your face, lock in moisture, add a little bit of gloss. Maybe you want to have your beard, when the sun hits it just right, it's got that shine to it. Yeah, add some gloss to it, reduce inflammation on your skin, lock in moisture on your skin, moisturize. Yeah, a lot of different benefits that you can get out of using a beard oil. And if you're curious about the one that I use specifically, this is not a review of this specific beard oil. I think I might do that in the future, though, for anyone that does want me to go maybe more in-depth on the one that I specifically chose and use, which I've been using for a few months now. The one that I use is called Honest Amish, and it is right here. Yeah, it looks like that. Honest Amish. Let's not talk too much about that, but it does have 7 oils in it, I believe. Actually, no, it has more than 7 oils. Yeah, it says plus 7 oils. Plus 7. Yeah, so how many oils in total does this have in it? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has a lot of oils in it. Let me just say that about it. I'm not done counting. I got up to 5 there, and I'm still going. And then there's the plus 7 as well. Yeah. Now, one thing that I should mention, one last thing, when you are trying beard oil, or you're putting anything on your skin or your body for the first time, you need to be careful, because you never know whether you might have some sort of reaction to it. You could be possibly allergic, you could be sensitive. That's something that's not mentioned too often, like with things that you put on your skin. Like when you buy a bar of soap, it doesn't say you should be careful if it's your first time using the soap. It never really says that. But with beard oil, you should be careful when first using it, because you never know whether you'll have a reaction or not. So be careful, try a little bit at first, be mindful of allergies if you do have allergies, because, well, some of the oils may be from certain kinds of nuts or things like that, so you want to be careful of allergies because of that. Well, yeah, that is gonna be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and well, I'd appreciate it if you could share the video around, and I will see you next time then. Alrighty, until then, bye. Hope you have a good one.